Hey guys, just wanted to do a little bit of a overview on what I've done to my HPI Super 5 SC Flux. Man, that's a mouthful. They could have just like shortened it up. Baja, Savage, Savage Ha, 5 SC, blah blah blah. Anyway, so one of the major issues that I ran into this with this truck was the rear uprights. You know, you expect something like this to have hub carriers, you know, just to be a beefy rear end, and it wasn't. It was just a conglomeration of BS, really. Too many parts, too much braking happening. It's got uprights, and basically it's got steering knuckles that are just attached so they won't move, and the attachment points break. Then you got a wobbly wheel in the back. So I took care of that with some Integi hub carriers that are awesome. Haven't had any issues with this. I've been out with it probably about 4 or 5 times and haven't had any issues with the rear. Much more stable now, not as wobbly. Did GPM uprights in the front. I was going to do knuckles too, but I didn't want to take all the flex out of the system. Realized with the Revo, if you take all the flex out of the system, it just shatters on impact with anything. So I'm trying just these aluminum parts out and see how they work. I might end up taking them off and reinstalling the plastic and putting aluminum somewhere else, depending on what is needed. But we'll see what happens. Installed the Casual Creations BEC to run. I got a Savox 1231. It's like 400 plus ounces of torque. And since I installed that, I have had no issues with the steering at all. I do a lot of beach running. I'm in Florida, so the only really super wide open places, the only super wide open place here is the beach. So when I'm on the beach and can't turn, you hit somebody and they get pissed off. But no, it'll dig a hole now with the steering because it's just so torquey. Like, it can move the whole truck. So that's definitely a needed upgrade, just because the stock servo is junk. And if you're going to run a high torque servo, you're going to need a BEC. A lot of guys run a power cap, which power caps are great if you don't plan on steering a lot. If you end up needing to steer a ton, or if you're like crazy with the steering, you're going to need a BEC. The power cap just cannot keep up with the power demands of a Savox servo or a high-tech super high torque servo. Sometimes, you know, you'll get slow steering, half a steer, no steer at all with a power cap, because back-to-back steering, it'll cut out your ESC. Like, just go ahead and spend the 20 bucks, wire in a BEC. I mean, I did it the easy way. I took a male and a female Deans, I connected those together, and then soldered in the BEC to that joint, and then just plugged it in, and then shrink wrapped around it. So it was not taking and cutting into the ESC wires. I just didn't feel like doing that. Plan on upgrading this ESC if this truck ends up doing everything I hope it does. I'm planning on getting the XL2 in here, so I didn't want to screw up my chances of selling this for a decent price. That's it. I'm going to take it out in the next few days and really beat the hell out of it, and see if I can give you guys an update after that. Definitely the shocks need replaced. I'm going to get some definitely some adjustable shocks for this, because these shocks are just the shocks aren't bad, the springs are just bad, and I like adjustability, and these clips just aren't doing it for me. But it's a big truck. If you don't have one, here's a good reference point. That's off a 1/10 rally car. Not a direct fit, maybe with some cutting. But until next time, guys. Later.